This episode of the Sideline Views podcast is presented by GuyBostonSports. For day-to-day coverage on the Bruins, Pats, Sox, and Celtics, visit GuyBostonSports.com. It is currently Wednesday, July 25th. This is episode 5, the Kevin Garnett episode. Not really, we're not going to talk about Kevin Garnett. But anyways, joined as always by Keem. Keem, what up?
Hey, how we doing, fellas?
All right. So, Carmelo Anthony, let's just dive right into that. Apparently, he intends to agree on a one-year, $2.4 million deal with the Houston Rockets, the team I think he should have been on last year, but heck, vet's minimum. What do you think?
I mean, good for him. He's going to get paid to not play. I don't know how long they're going to stretch it out. I don't know if he's really going to make all of that. What is it, 20, how much is 27 point something mil in that year. It might be stretched out over several years. So we don't know how much he'll see next year, actually. But, you know, he's taking a veteran minimum to play at Houston. And you're right, he should have been on that team last year because he didn't do really anything in OKC. He wasn't the first option. He wasn't the second option. He was the third option, and clearly that's not his game style. You know, it did not work for him. We don't know what he'll be at Houston, but at least he will not be the third scoring option because he is a much better scorer than Chris Paul.
Yeah, it was probably his worst season that he's ever recorded in his 12-plus seasons in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Shot 40% from the field, worst he's ever put up since being in the league. Also only got 15 shot attempts per game, which is also the lowest since his second year in the league.
Yeah.
So
it's awful.
I think we all could have seen it coming. You know, going with a ball-dominant point guard such as Russell Westbrook, I really didn't see a whole lot clicking between those two guys.
No, definitely not.
I mean, that whole OKC team, in general, there isn't a whole lot of playoff success between those guys to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, Victor, he was on that team, and he did not play well. But now, you know, he's on Indiana, and look at him now. Yeah. He was an all-star this year.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, I guess it's really not making Westbrook look good ever since KD left.
No, it's like a DeMar DeRozan type of deal. You know, you keep trying, you keep taking cracks at it, but nothing happens. And you're left to question, is it really the surrounding players, or is it your franchise player being Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, it's Russell Westbrook, like the infamous Madden curse. Like every time you just go and play with him, you're just not going to have a good year. You have like the worst of your career.
I don't think Russell Westbrook makes his teammates better. You know, I don't care what statistics show, because they have the same argument with LeBron James saying that he doesn't make his teammates better if you look at statistics. I don't care what the statistics show. I do not believe Russell Westbrook makes his teammates better.
Yeah, Carmelo, he's never really played with a ball-dominant point guard.
No, he's always the most ball-dominant.
AI for a year or two in Denver, and yep. AI was nowhere near as ball-dominant as Russell Westbrook was.
Exactly.
And even James Harden in Houston, he's going to do a much better job spreading the floor for his offense.
Yeah, but, James Harden, he wants his assists, but, if he's not passing to Capella, he's getting threes. And you know how many threes Houston shoots compared to OKC?
Yeah, that didn't work out for him last year at all.
No. He said it himself. He said he didn't think that OKC had, any plan of fitting him into the system. And I agree because, everyone knew Melo was leaving, but Russell didn't make any pitch for him to stay. You did not see Russell Westbrook make a pitch for Carmelo Anthony to stay. You did see him make a pitch for Paul George, though.
I thought they were going to give that trio one more shot next year.
Oh, I think they could have worked it out, but, I don't think they thought Carmelo Anthony was necessary.
I don't think Melo's willing to take a backseat role-wise, because at this stage in his career, he's not nearly the same player. He's not going to, be as versatile offensively. He's still going to serve as somewhat of a shooting guard's role over there in Houston, but he's just going to get better shots. That's how I see it.
I mean, do I think he could do what LeBron James does? To a certain extent, yeah. But I don't think teams will allow him to do that when they have players like James Harden or Russell Westbrook in front of him.
I don't think his body can take a whole lot of that anymore right
now. We say that, but we've never seen what Melo can do since the Knicks.
That's his fault.
it is his fault to a certain extent, but it's kind of like, a high school basketball
Nobody told you to stay there
coach.
for what?
However many years,
7 seasons of his career he spent in New York.
It's about the money, Tim. He made a lot of money.
But he could have made that. He could have made that anywhere.
Definitely could have.
Weren't the Chicago Bulls in on him like 4 years ago or something?
Yeah, they were.
You've had opportunity to leave.
Yeah, but Chicago compared to New York is really a no-brainer.
New York's. What's the best thing that the New York Knicks have put around Carmelo Anthony?
No, I'm just talking about the area. Just like, Los Angeles, people were like, hey, what does Los Angeles have to offer? And Los Angeles has to offer Los Angeles itself. Yeah, but I mean the Knicks. Look, it's the Knicks. It's the most valuable franchise, in the league.
I don't think that should matter. At this stage in your career, if you're Melo, you just need to win.
Yeah, I think he should be chasing rings.
He's got everything else for a Hall of Fame resume.
Yep, he should be chasing rings, but we don't know if that means he will, though.
How do you see that working with? Well, I guess we can't say it officially because it's not quote unquote official yet, but we're just gonna say technically officially. Mm-hmm. How do you see that working? Mm-hmm. How do you see him fitting into that offense next year?
I think he'll be fine because James Harden doesn't have to score 24/7. When he's on the bench, Chris Paul tries to take over, but you would say Chris Paul is more of a pass-first point guard rather than a score-first point guard. So Melo fits in there rather than Russell Westbrook, who's, he's a score-first. He gets his assists, but it's like he force-feeds people even when it's not there because to get it, he forces his rebounds, everything. He wants those triple-doubles. He chases triple-doubles. Chris Paul is one of those things. One of those guys who just lets it happen. He passes, you make it, you don't make it. He's not going to force it to you just so you can score. He'll let it happen naturally, and I think Melo is willing to take those shots, and Chris Paul's willing to pass, and James Harden's going to be on the bench when he's not trying to score or when he's tired. So it's going to work.
I think the problem with Houston last year wasn't necessarily, obviously three-point shooting you can look at, but it was just the quality of three-point shots that they were chucking up, and you saw it in game, 6 and 7, where they didn't have CP3. The worst game they played against Golden State, where they missed however many straight threes. They shot 20% from three.
Yeah, it was real bad. They missed. I think they set the record for consecutively missed threes.
Because when you look at that roster up and down, they have guys who can shoot. Gordon,
they just weren't hitting.
James Harden, CP3 himself. PJ Tucker can hit a few threes every now and then too.
Yeah, but they were not hitting.
It's the quality. James Harden takes a lot too. He was taking a lot of bad shots.
This is, I don't know, what is it, the third time he's lost like this? The man has, he was in a bad position. He threw up bad shots. He knew he was going to lose. Well, he did what he had to.
We talk about Russ, but Harden hasn't done a whole lot in the playoffs either. And that Houston team was significantly better than that OKC team. And
they're significantly better.
They only got that push and were in position to take it because of CP3, not because of the league MVP.
Yeah, but they're both in the West, but look who's doing consistently better.
Yeah, but you still got to win it.
You do have to win it, but they will always consistently do better than OKC. Even OKC resigning Paul George, I don't think it will matter. I don't think they have.
But they should. They have a significantly better team. They have much more depth. Who does OKC have off that bench?
All right, I mean, but if you look at things bench, who do they have? They already lost Trevor Ariza. The only person they really are going to
last year.
Oh, last year, okay. Yeah, they had a better bench last year.
They're going to go into this season with a better bench too.
But when
OKC added Schroeder, but even so, you look up and down the list. They added Nerlens Noel.
I was about to say, when OKC had a better bench, they didn't do anything anyway. When they had Oladipo and I forgot who else, they had a better bench before, and they didn't do anything.
That's just because of the way that they use them, those players. That's why Mike D'Antoni's such a great coach.
So, Who did they fire? I know they fired Scott Brooks before. Who do they have now?
For OKC?
Yeah.
Who is their coach right now? Oh, Billy Donovan.
Yeah. So what are you saying? You saying Billy's not a good coach?
No. As far as, like, utilizing your bench pieces, no.
Wow. You're going to have
a
talk with
That's
Billy.
why I don't think that's why I'm not so psyched about Nerlens Noel. These are guys that should be good, but I don't see it happening. Granted, Houston still has a better bench, but point blank, you have a ball-dominant point guard that just can't get guys open looks, can't get guys quality looks, and doesn't make them better.
No, he does not.
That's why I'm not psyched about this OKC. When you see that roster and you see, Dennis Schroeder off the bench, Russell Westbrook, or you can actually put Dennis Schroeder at the number 2. Russell Westbrook, Schroeder, Nerlens Noel, Paul George. Like, that's a team that should be making noise, but they're just not going to.
But you have to understand, Schroeder is known to have a nasty attitude from time to time.
He was born with one. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Big chip on that guy's shoulder. Tries to fight everybody who touches him.
I love the whole Isaiah Thomas incident with him a few years ago.
Oh, I mean, IT, he's a guy, he doesn't know when to back down.
But that's kind of the, demeanor that you need when you're that size and playing at that level in pretty much like any sport.
That's true. You heard what IT said now. He said he feels disrespected.
Oh, what about the whole Boston situation?
Well, his whole trade situation and how everything went down, people really forgetting what he did. What, did he lead the league in scoring 2 years ago?
I think he was just number 2 behind Harden.
Number 2 behind Harden, yeah. It's like people, he said he felt disrespected, and, as he should.
I think he's going to get his payday. It's going to come. He's in the perfect situation to do it. Apparently, I wasn't 100% wrong when I put out my article about the possibility of him coming back. Apparently, Danny Ainge wanted it.
Folks.
No, oh yeah, here we go indeed.
Here we go.
We're gonna get on top of this. Gio wasn't 100% wrong, and I'll tell you why. According to reports and multiple sources, which I won't name because I'm not going to promote anybody here, Danny Ainge and Isaiah Thomas had a conversation, or they were texting or something like that, and apparently Danny Ainge was also somewhat open to the idea of bringing IT back. But it would have to be after they resolved the Marcus Smart situation. And by that time, Thomas already signed the 1-year deal with Denver. So I wasn't 100% wrong on that.
What doesn't make sense is the guy saying he feels disrespected, and he goes back to the one guy who disrespected him the most out of everyone who said anything about him.
What, Danny Ainge?
Oh, 100%.
I don't think it was disrespect necessarily.
100%. I agree. I love the way he told him.
Never came out and was like, I'm not going to trade you.
No. I'm telling you, I agree. Danny Ainge did it the right way. He called him and told him he was being traded. IT said that he did call him and admit that he was going to trade him. He told him
it's not the DeRozan situation where it's a guy that is going through depression, issues.
Definitely not. But the guy.
Promise him that you're not going to trade him.
But the way I see it, Danny Ainge completely forgot about loyalty. He went after the business aspect. He did his job. Don't get me wrong. He did his job, and he did it well. But there was no loyalty there. There was no heart. There was no love. He didn't show IT none of that. He just traded him. He told him he was going to trade him, which I agree with. That was the right thing to do. But he did not have that man's back.
But that goes both ways. It's like that in sports for players to teams and teams to players. Are we going to? I
know, but
LeBron
usually
LeBron wasn't loyal when he left to Miami. LeBron did what was best for him.
No. Teams constantly screw over players. They always have the upper hand. Always. They have the big bucks.
But I don't think in this situation IT was so screwed. He put you in position to play with LeBron to win. IT takes some responsibility himself. I love him, but he was opening his mouth like crazy over there in Cleveland.
He caused a lot of his problems.
Love and dude, you haven't played a game yet.
He caused a lot of problems for himself, but like I said, I don't think what Danny did to him was fair. So I don't understand why. Yeah, well, Gio, if you were a GM, you want to be a player GM, you want to have a good relationship with your players, and you're screwing those guys over, it doesn't help.
Yeah, but it don't, you got to do point blank. You need to put yourself in position to win.
Okay, but when players get screwed over, you're the first one to say, they did it dirty.
I don't get how he was screwed over.
Okay, your sister died. You just gave your whole heart and soul to the team.
But you're acting like he dumped you in Orlando or
I'm not saying he dumped him. I'm not saying he screwed him because of where he traded him. I'm saying he screwed him because he traded him point blank. Period. That's it.
It's not. It wasn't guaranteed that IT was going to. All right, but what if IT went in free agency and got offered $20 more mil elsewhere?
As long as you gave him the big bucks, IT would have stayed. You know that he wanted to stay in Boston. Come on.
I still don't see it.
Come on.
So we can say that LeBron screwed over Cleveland, right?
I am never on a team side because
why not?
If the guy,
see, then you're not
because
being.
Listen.
No. You're not being objective.
Because if the guy. I am being objective. If the guy was good, no. If the guy wasn't good, the team doesn't care about him. Come on. If he wasn't good, the team wouldn't care about him.
That's just life. If you're not doing a good job, you're gonna get fired.
Okay. So if a guy does his job and he gets screwed over, I'm gonna call him out. The teams never have the guys back. They don't have the little guys back. They only have the guys back when he's making the big bucks, when he's winning them games. Yeah, well, the way I'm looking at it from a little guy.
In the real world, Keem, if you're not doing a good job at whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, you're going to get fired.
Okay, was he not doing a good job is the question.
Who?
IT, you're saying it like we're talking about some regular Smo Joe over here. We're talking about Isaiah Thomas. You like Isaiah Thomas. I don't like Isaiah Thomas.
But I'm still sticking up for him. In that situation, were you going to win with him?
Were you losing with him?
Yes, you were losing with him.
Oh my God! You're acting like Boston wasn't one of the top teams in the East. Come on.
No, it didn't. Come on. We know the.
Come on. It's different to say you're losing than to say, you wouldn't go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
You're not winning.
Okay, like I said, it's different to say you won't go to the Eastern Conference Finals and win. But if you're saying you're not winning, come on.
We've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years in a row?
Okay, but don't say you're losing now. That's just not fair. That's not fair. It doesn't matter.
Hold on.
I don't even like IT, but you're not losing per se.
Because we had a debate a while back where you were in favor of Dwayne Casey over Brad Stevens, right?
Yeah.
So why is it now that the Eastern Conference Finals means something? It apparently
What are you talking about?
Because you just brought the Eastern Conference Finals up.
I'm saying you're saying that he's losing. I'm not talking about Coaches of the Year awards. No. I'm just saying that we weren't necessarily losing. That's all I'm saying.
Arguments speak on the importance.
No, they are not. They're not even intertwined. They're not remotely close. They do not correlate.
Hear me out. Because both arguments speak on the importance of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, I am just saying we are not necessarily losing with IT. I said it's different to say if we're losing.
Right, who did we beat? Chicago and Washington.
Oh, I'm not saying we were beating the best of the best or losing to the worst of the worst.
And you yourself, don't you believe that Rondo's injury played into that series?
I told you it did. I literally told you I don't like IT. I'm not saying we could have went to the finals with him. All I'm saying is we weren't necessarily losing. You're making it seem like we were one of the worst teams.
Okay, so look at it from this perspective.
It's different if you said we didn't have a future with the guy. I agree with that.
Hold on. Look at it from this scenario. All right, say it played out like this. Boston keeps IT. The hip injury, we don't have IT till what? Like January?
Mm-hmm.
February or so? So already Danny Ainge is going to take fire for not trading him. You go into the playoffs, Lord knows how that plays out, because you know that injury is going to be a reoccurring issue. We already saw it when he was playing over in Cleveland and L.A. The man was turning over the ball like there was no tomorrow.
Like I said, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. There's no disagreement. All I'm saying is you can't say it like we were losing with the guy. If you say we don't have a future with the guy, that's a whole different subject. But I just feel you're disrespecting him, and I don't even like the guy.
I'm not disrespecting him.
You're saying we were losing with him. We weren't gonna go. We didn't have a future with the guy.
What is not winning?
It's not what you. No. You said we were losing with him.
What is not winning? Eastern Conference.
You said we were losing with him.
What were you doing in the Eastern Conference Finals? How many finals? How many finals did they make?
Here we go. Okay.
How many finals did they make?
Okay. Next subject.
No, because hold on, we're gonna finish this.
Oh my, there's nothing to finish. You're not gonna see.
We're exactly 20 minutes into this. We're gonna finish this one because.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Hey, let's wrap it up, fellas.
No, we're not gonna.
Next subject. Next topic. Let's go.
No, next topic at all.
Oh my God.
You know how this podcast works. We don't have a topic sheet in front of us.
Here we go.
No, because if you don't win the Eastern Conference Finals, what are you doing? And didn't they play better without him too?
See, you're not. I literally told you. I'm not saying that we're not a better team without him.
I can't say he got screwed over.
Okay, I believe he got screwed over. I'm not saying we're not better off without him. I'm not saying that we couldn't win more games. That we didn't win more games without him. All I'm saying is, don't say it like we were losing multiple games because of the guy. We were still contenders. We were still one of the top teams in the East. That's all I'm saying. Don't disrespect Isaiah Thomas.
If you're saying Danny
I don't like the guy.
Over IT, then saying that DeMar DeRozan got screwed over is a complete understatement.
Oh, I mean, you could say the guy was, thrown overboard. I don't even know what you want to say. He was shot in the back. However you want to say it, because what's his name, Masai. Uraji, however you say his name, what he did was awful. He's he's a young guy, but what he did was awful, especially from where he came from. He learned the game by paying out of his own pocket, studying under a bunch of well-renowned coaches. He started from the bottom.
But if I'm going to play devil's advocate here, we can also say that there was no future in Toronto with DeMar.
Yeah, I'm not saying there was a future with him because clearly, LeBron James is too much for 2 All-Stars. And I don't even really consider Kyle Lowry an All-Star.
No. I consider him an East All-Star because I think anybody in the East is an All-Star.
Mm-hmm. It's just like John Wall. He's an East All-Star too. He's not really that strong anywhere else.
I think John Wall's a beast. I think...
he doesn't really do much.
I think he's just had
Talks
garbage
a lot,
around
though.
him. Bradley Beal's one of the most overrated shooting guards around, at least I believe.
Oh my God, everyone knows. He scores all the time, but when it comes to playoffs, the most inconsistent guy you could find.
Oh, I forgot the stat. It was when I was looking up the PG-13 stats, or clutch stats, or lack thereof, I should say. There was a Bradley Beal stat about what he shot, I think, within a 5-point game in the fourth quarter late. I think it was like 15% from the field.
Not surprised.
I can't remember what it was.
He'll just shoot and shoot and shoot. Whether he makes it, misses it, that is not his concern. I know his coach was probably telling him, "Hey, Bradley, keep shooting."
We saw John Wall when he was playing against the Celtics in that series. He was going off. I just don't think he's ever had anything around him. Gortat's been like the premier big man that he's had.
Yeah, well, he's
Bradley
gone now,
Beal,
so.
Porter.
And Gortat was terrible. I don't know how they had him for so long. I mean, he did his job. Let me not.
They just added Dwight Howard, didn't they?
Did his job. Yeah, they just added Dwight. So let me not over exaggerate. He did his job, but the man was not supposed to be there for that long.
No, he needs to go. Say what you want about adding Howard and Austin Rivers. That team's still not going anywhere.
Well, we'll see.
I'd give him a playoff spot, but that doesn't say a lot. Miami made the playoffs last year.
No, yeah, the East as a whole, it is what it is. Like
the Knicks made the playoffs this year. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone knock Kevin Knox on his ass. Teach the guy a lesson.
Okay, go ahead, get that out of your system right now.
I don't agree with what Kevin Knox said about Carmelo Anthony. He's talking to a 10-time All-Star.
The Carmelo Anthony Instagram post, the one of many that Carmelo posts of him doing his shooting training or whatever.
Yep, great workout. He was playing against Brandon Jennings and Stanley Johnson. Yep, one-on-one. It was alternating. Seemed to be king of the court. He was playing against Brandon Jennings, Stanley Johnson. And Kevin Knox, little rookie, he had Twitter fingers, whatever was Instagram fingers. He decided that, the best way to make his presence known on the Knicks is to come at, Carmelo Anthony, one of, the greatest Knicks of all time. He had to come at him. 10-time All-Star. He said if Melo played like this all the time, he would be an MVP, of the season every single year. And I just don't agree with what the kid said. He's a little kid. He clearly hasn't shown anything. He wasn't even that good in college, mind you. We're talking about Mr. Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony, one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. I don't know if anyone watches highlights, but the guy was phenomenal. For Kevin Knox to say that when he barely did anything except for dunk on a few guys, who is the guy? Who is Kevin Knox? What is? How many Instagram followers does he have? What has he
How many
accomplished?
Instagram followers?
No. What has he accomplished to talk about?
Keep talking.
About Carmelo Anthony.
I'll pull up the Instagram followers total.
Oh, please do. That's Carmelo Anthony, Lala Anthony's husband. You know, his kid's probably gonna go play in the NBA someday.
I thought they broke up.
They're probably not still together, but you know that name holds some value. You know, in the acting community. So he has to give Carmelo Anthony his respect. He's a 10-time All-Star, future Hall of Famer. You know, LeBron James' best friend. Like, come on.
Carmelo has
Who's Kevin Knox?
Carmelo, I'll just get this up. Carmelo has 6.2 million followers. Kevin Knox has 237,000.
Yeah, wow. There we go. Kevin Knox. Yup. There we go. KK.
However, Melo does follow more people, so Melo, you got to lower that down. Melo follows 360 people.
Yeah,
Kevin Knox follows about like 170.
Look at the ratio. Kevin Knox is gonna, as soon as he gets one famous follower, he'll follow him back. He'll have to. Who does he think he is? Like Kevin Knox. No one knows who you are. Oh my God. I thought he was fat. I thought he was fat until I actually watched one of his games. I thought Kevin he was Knox? Just a fat guy. Yeah, I thought he was fat. No. Thought he was fat. Never knew he was this athletic. I did not know. Really, you're still not a household name coming out of college. Carmelo Anthony was. You know, give the man his respect.
What if Kevin Knox has a rough start? The Knicks start losing games as they are going to. Why don't we do this? Why don't we print out Hard Knocks Life T-shirts?
Oh, that would teach him a lesson. I would love for Melo to get on Instagram, give him a nice little reply when he sees him performing very poorly, because the man's skill set isn't that large.
Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think Melo's actually going to reply to this?
I hope he doesn't. The man's beneath him. You know, don't give him any more clout. The guy, he's a little guy. He clearly wants a response.
Who came at LeBron recently on Instagram?
That I don't know.
Was it
Draymond? You know, the big morals.
Yeah, wasn't it Draymond or Clay or one of the two?
I don't know, because Draymond was spotted out with him in, I forgot where it was. Might have been L.A. with Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant was just with Kyrie Irving down in, I think it was Vegas. So who knows?
Yeah, but nobody knows what goes down in Vegas.
No, we don't know, but you know there was a couple beautiful women, so I guess we have an idea. Definitely. I mean, hey, Kevin Durant's 7 foot. You know, all that alcohol. We don't know how it affects somebody that size.
Yeah, he's got the height, but he doesn't have the weight.
Definitely does not have the weight.
He might be a lightweight when it comes to drinking.
Yeah, but if I was gonna guess who said something, it would have to be Clay. Just look at that guy. Just oh my God, look at him.
You're not a big
He's
Clay
a blockhead.
No,
he's a blockhead.
He's a blockhead.
He's a blockhead. Absolutely.
Is he a flipperhead?
You know what? He's a flipperhead. Well, you remember what he said to LeBron James? You know, he's like, oh, some people get their feelings hurt.
We're gonna make that a segment going forward on this. We're gonna do Keem's flipperhead of the day.
Oh my God! Hopefully I hate just hate Klay Thompson. For someone who can't really do much more than, you know, a few dribbles and pull up, he talks as if he's the greatest player in the world. I cannot stand him. He has this big chip on his shoulders. I don't even know what shoe company he has. You know.
Anta.
Oh my God! Whatever that is.
The Chinese shoe company. I think Kevin Garnett toured the last few years in Brooklyn, and Rajon Rondo's with him too, or he might have ended his contract. I don't know. I don't know those three were with him.
Yeah, but you know, for someone who, you know, he's really under the radar for a star, if you may. You know, I really don't understand why he talks as much as he does. It's like he wants people to comment on him. You know, what does he do? Cheats on his girlfriend. You know, I don't even know if it's a publicity stunt, if he cheated just for followers or attention. I saw something about it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I don't really follow him, you know, too much because the guy, he's a nonsensical person. Don't really care much about the guy. But, you know, there's my little Klay Thompson rant of the day. Don't talk about LeBron James. Don't talk about anyone. Just keep your mouth shut. You know, you're Klay Thompson.
So if you want to get into shoe contracts, did you hear about
Kawhi Leonard? Yeah, I mean, look at the deal they offered him. Was it $22 million, 4 years? Disgusting.
What's wrong with him?
No, that's not enough money. Would you take that deal if you're Kawhi Leonard? Yeah. I mean, we take it because we love Jordan.
Wait, is it 22? Is 22 in total or 22 annual salary?
I thought it was $22 million for over 4 years.
I have no idea.
That's what I saw.
I was about to compare it to didn't James Harden get like $200 million from Adidas?
Yeah, over what, 13 years?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Exactly.
That's crazy. What do you think?
Oh.
Anta's going to get... the next Anta athlete's going to be Kawhi?
Oh, hopefully not. I believe it's going to be Adidas.
I'm not too crazy
That's what
about
I think.
Adidas shoes.
I
Aside from, I guess... I mean, the James Harden one's not bad, but, like...
I like James Harden.
I don't know. I feel like when you look at shoes back then and the casual appeal they have, you can't... Compared to modern-day basketball sneakers, you can't really wear them casually. Like, you look at every brand, going from Jordan to even the Grant Hill Fila, you can wear that casually and stylish. You can't... The Patrick Ewing, the Dikembe Mutombo Adidas, every Kobe Bryant shoe. Like, you look at that compared to today's, like... Even LeBron's, I'm not too crazy about his latest sneakers.
I know they're getting further away from casual wear.
They're more on court, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, and I just looked it up. Yeah, it's exactly that. 22 million over 4 years. Is that really worth it when you have people like LeBron? LeBron's making over 20 mil, KD over 20 mil, and you have James Harden making 15.
I don't know.
And that's in 1 year.
I don't like anybody's shoe right now, honestly. Steph Curry.
I mean, KD's. Oh my God, Curry has.
Adidas.
If we're not talking
Adidas.
play,
Under Armour has to be probably the worst brand right now.
Oh my God, even their sweatshirts that are ugly. Like, oh.
And did you hear about the whole story about how Curry parted ways with Nike?
Yeah, I forgot it was their presentation. They messed up his name. Yeah, they messed up his
name or something.
I don't know if it was really worth it. Look at your shoes. You wear those, and I'm like, if you threw that into a crowd, I wouldn't even run towards them. I'd run away.
Yeah, but like you said, what is Curry getting paid from Under Armour?
It's probably a lot. I know he has a big contract.
He's the only athlete from there right now. And,
I'll have to look that up.
I think if you look at sneakers in general, let's get into a little sneaker culture talk. Athletes and sneakers just aren't clicking as well as they were back then. Like, you look at baseball, the Ken Griffey Jr. sneaker. In baseball today, you look at guys like Mookie Betts, Mike Trout. Why don't they bring a sneaker for those guys now? Who was the last baseball player aside from Ken Griffey to have a sneaker?
I mean, a lot of people... Baseball is one of those things that, you watch, but then again, you only watch if you really like baseball. A lot of younger, people...
Yeah, I think little things like that can... Because, hold on, I have the numbers. I can pull them up right now. Of the TV views for sporting events. And the MLB All-Star Game that just passed did better than the NFL Pro Bowl and the NBA All-Star Game.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the NBA All-Star Game by a total of 1 million views.
Yep.
And I watched it. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, that means a lot, but then again, a lot of people that don't watch baseball just tune in for that one game. Because, baseball is something that a lot of players who play the game don't watch because they say they only find it interesting when they do play. And this is a lot of younger generation people.
Oh, yeah. So the majority of baseball today's audience is like 35-plus people.
Exactly.
And I think if you watched this past All-Star game, it was little things like that I think could make baseball more fun to watch. They did the whole thing where in between like innings, a new player would have like the mic set up and they'd be talking to the people in the booth. And I think it's little things like that can make it more fun. The home run derby was probably one of the funnest I've ever seen recently.
Yeah, they just have to be more interactive with the. I think
they just need to be more creative.
Crowd.
And as far as promoting the sport better, give Mike Trout a sneaker. Give Mookie Betts a sneaker. Do something.
I know all those guys just wear Jordan brand shoes that have been converted into baseball things. So, like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, the Mookie Betts 11 cleats are pretty sick.
They are, but how many players have something like that? Like, they get like the common like nines you'll see in a Dick's Sporting Goods, like a nines baseball cleat that's been converted.
Yeah, but
just something like that.
I don't know. I think it gets to the point where like you can't really blame it on the player. You got to blame it on the sport. How they promote the athlete.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's real. I think baseball, it's real bad at promoting, players. Real bad. The NFL is bad just because of how much, it's like garbage is thrown into everything.
Got their own problems going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's always something political with the NFL. Baseball is just promoting. It's just bad. NBA, it's always maintained a squeaky clean record in terms of players. Because they always seem to do the right thing, and I think that's just because
NBA has
the
always been on a
GM is so
steady
good.
pace, but I think they're going to take a hit next year.
They'll take a hit, but the commissioner is so good.
Oh yeah, I love Adam Silver.
Exactly, and before him, I really forgot Stern. What is it? What was this? Was it Stern? David Stern?
Yeah, David Stern.
David Stern? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what was before him. He was great too. So, there you go. It's never been a bad, commissioner. NFL, they've had Roger Goodell, and he's just, oh my God, he's awful.
I don't mind Rob Manfred from the MLB. I think it's just a tough thing in general, and I think he's taking progressive steps to getting the game in a better pace of play. Like the whole pitcher's clock now, pitchers can't take time throwing the ball. That's been an issue for years now. I just think little things like that they did in the All-Star game could make the game more fun. I think what they need to do too, come playoff time, make games earlier, make more afternoon playoff games. And the whole thing too that bugged me about last playoffs is you have to have MLB Network to watch it.
Oh my God! How much that hurts the game?
I hate that. I hated that with boxing and the last Pacquiao fight, ESPN Plus. I went on that rant. I hate that.
It hurts the game.
It
hurts the game 100%.
How many people have the MLB Network?
Oh my God, no one does. You know how hard it is to find a baseball game on ABC or something?
And then how many people are willing to go stream that on Reddit? Come on now.
Exactly. No one's gonna do that.
That pissed me off like crazy.
You want more views? Make it easier to watch.
Throw that thing on Fox 25. Come on.
Exactly. Once you build up the fan base, then you can do all that. You make more money.
Oh my goodness, that bugged me. I don't know. It sucks when you look at the things that Mookie Betts and Mike Trout are doing, and they haven't even hit 30 years old. They're like 25, 26.
Yep. And they don't get the same respect.
And you don't look at it, and literally Mookie Betts and Mike Trout are like LeBron James right now.
Exactly.
Not winning wise, but what they're doing. And it's ridiculous that they don't get this attention. People look at Mookie Betts.
No one knows.
Mike Trout can walk the streets of LA right now and nobody would know that's him.
No, exactly. Just like Mookie Betts, a lot of people would not know who he was if you walked through. Let's not say the Boston area. Just say around the surrounding Boston area.
Yeah, it's Boston.
No one would know.
It's pretty tough with Boston. They'll recognize you if you're Abdel Nader.
Yeah, Boston. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows
it. If LeBron James went anywhere in the U.S., people would be like, "Wow, that's LeBron James." Don't get me wrong.
I don't even think U.S. I was thinking you put planet.
Yeah, exactly. He's 6'8", so it helps. But baseball does not get the same recognition nor the respect it deserves. 100%.
I don't know what they got. They got to do some. No, bring backyard baseball back. Who didn't like backyard baseball?
Baseball games have not been as good as they should have been, as they could have.
2K should jump on that. Oh man, I remember the 2K baseball games were probably the worst video game I ever played in my life. And I love MLB The Show. MLB The Show is definitely one of the most underrated sports video games, graphic-wise, everything. But 2K stunk. Oh my gosh, that game was garbage. It was garbage. Every player's like the same body size. They have the same swing. Oh my goodness, it was like playing on the DS. It was terrible.
They just didn't give them enough respect.
Oh man, crazy how backyard baseball is so much better. Who doesn't love backyard baseball?
Oh, backyard baseball was amazing.
Playing with the 2-foot-tall Ken Griffey Jr. wearing the backwards cap.
Oh God, it was amazing.
Oh, another thing they did. I remember during a Mariners versus, who was it? Was it the Brewers? I don't know. Mm-hmm. It was a game where they let the players wear these retro jerseys that were sleeveless, and they gave you the option whether to wear a shirt or not underneath the sleeveless jersey, and then you could wear your hat backwards and everything. It was so cool. I think little things like that baseball needs to do.
Yeah, you just need to make it appealing to watch.
Like last year, they did the Players Weekend where you get to wear a jersey with any nickname you want on the back, and then you had a patch.
Exactly.
You had a patch on your sleeve where you could write I dedicate this to mom and dad or whatever. I think little things like that.
Little things like that, because the NBA, they change up the jerseys for every Christmas, Every Christmas game.
That bugged me last year. They didn't have Christmas jerseys last year.
Exactly.
It killed my experience going to the Garden.
See, and look, the little things like that people know. They notice that. The All-Star game, they always change the jerseys. And I think the best NBA All-Star games was when they allowed the NBA players to wear their respective jerseys. So even if you were
wearing
the East, you can play
your team's jersey?
Exactly. I like that.
I didn't like last year's All-Star game jerseys at all. Last year's All-Star game jerseys were terrible. Tell me that isn't the same jersey you wear in the was it the 2K lobby before you load up the game?
That's exactly.
Wasn't that the same exact jersey?
So it was very plain.
Oh my gosh, that was such a Drew League like. Oh my goodness,
it took little,
terrible.
If any, creativity. It was awful.
Big Kia logo on the chest and everything.
Yep, it was awful. Just hey, look at me, look at me, a car brand.
I think bright colors just like. I just like it better with big events like that.
Yep. I still think the worst All-Star game is the NFL. The NFL. Oh my.
Yeah, there is an NFL All-Star game.
It's just awful. It's just awful.
Everybody declines from it.
Yeah,
I think the fact that every year it's in Hawaii kills it.
Oh yeah, I don't understand. It's awful. It's awful.
I don't know.
They don't know what to do there because you can't make them play a game because it's contact.
Like that's where I was about to go to. Like in the NBA, you can like half-ass an All-Star game, and at least now they have like the incentive because they're playing for a charity, so the score was significantly lower. But in the NFL, you can't really like throw something out there like a charity because you don't want those guys playing hard. You don't want them playing at all, too.
Exactly.
But last year, I did like the little skills challenge thing they did in the NFL.
I mean, it was
did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it actually.
The kickers thing was so cool. The tic-tac-toe on the field goal post and kickers had to. Oh, that was so cool. I like that.
I mean, they get better because they have to. Because it's the ratings for it.
That's something I've been preaching for years. That the NFL should just, at this point, maybe abolish the All-Star, the Pro Bowl, and just do the skills challenge.
Yeah, they have to do something because it's real bad.
Like maybe do something like you know how do they still do that in the All-Star game, right? Like there's the shooting stars challenge thing.
And what?
Did they do that in the past All-Star game?
What, for the NBA?
Yeah. Like remember it would be like Steph Curry, his dad, and like his sister, and then they do the shooting thing.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Oh, that was actually kind of cool.
I don't know how long it's been since they've done that.
Do something in the NFL where you can get your players like together in teams or something.
Yeah.
The game just
everyone declines.
And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird for a sport to not have an all-star game, but you don't want like we've seen it fail at times. And the fact that, like I said again, the fact that it's in Hawaii every single year.
Right. Who wants to go to Hawaii to watch football?
Like nobody's gonna buy a plane ticket to go. For one, how many people around here can afford that? Buy a plane ticket, go to Hawaii, stay in a hotel. Half of them are probably already booked by the families of players.
Yeah, and the game's not even competitive.
Like you promote that thing better. Put it in New England once. Put it in New York. Do something.
Yeah, you have to put it in a place that people want to go to. Hawaii's a place you go to relax, not to watch a football game.
Yeah, football's just it's tricky. That's just a sport that you can't go because you're obviously gonna know if they're not trying.
And you don't want them to hate you.
If a guy's wide, if you got a wide open tackle on Drew Brees, you're gonna go for it.
Yep, and he needs his career to last long. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to get hit. Just so fans can watch. He doesn't want that.
One of the coolest things that they did last year, well, this was baseball, for the Players' Weekend, is you know how they have the Little League World Series every year?
Mm-hmm.
They made a field as big as a Major League field, and they played a Major League game in the field. And the Little League players got to go for free, and they hung out with the players and everything. I think that was cool.
That's amazing.
That was cool to watch.
They need to do stuff like that more often. It's good.
That was, I don't know, baseball. It's pretty tough to promote it. I think it's like again, you need to take little steps to progress. Like I think make that Players' Weekend every single year. That thing was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The pace of play, I'm not too worried about right now. Obviously, baseball games are crazy long, but then again, the fact that when the Red Sox go to play like the Angels in the West Coast, I have to stay up till 10 o'clock for the game to start.
Yeah, you know how long.
That's a problem. Like, make those games earlier with West Coast and East Coast teams. I can't stay up at 10 o'clock to watch them play, like, the last place Angels. I'm not going to watch that. I will not watch that.
Especially when it drags on.
Yeah. It's weird with LA, too, because back to the Mike Trout thing. You look at Aaron Judge and how he's in New York, in just a rookie year alone, he's the best-selling baseball jersey.
He is?
Yeah, he's the top. Last year, he was the best-selling baseball jersey.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you look at LA and you think, like, LA is one of the hottest spots in the country. They should be able to promote that guy.
They should. They should.
I don't know what it is.
Yankees, if you go, like I lived in NYC for, this last year, it was Aaron Judge. That's all they wanted to talk about.
I think now the opportunity is open to be, like, the hottest athlete in New York. Like, New York has twice the amount of teams than anyone else, and they suck.
Yeah, every New York team is just, wow. Like, oh my God.
The Yankees are the best team in New York right now. The Mets are, Both basketball teams suck. Both football teams stink. Both hockey teams, who cares? I don't watch hockey.
Like, it's just awful. When is a New York team, other than baseball, been, like, played well?
Knicks haven't been relevant since, what, the 80s?
Oh, my God. They're awful. You can't even count that playoff run because it didn't go anywhere.
The Nets since, what, Jason Kidd?
Mm-hmm.
When they eliminated Boston back in the early 2000s?
Yep.
What is there?
It's awful.
I don't know. Do little things, baseball. Make the sport fun.
I say try.
Clone Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts makes baseball fun.
Yeah, Gio's a big Mookie back. He's a big Mookie back guy.
I am officially his campaign manager for MVP. It's not a lie. It's true. You can ask him yourself.
Well, Mookie Betts, if you're listening, just ignore him.
What do you mean? I am his league MVP campaign manager.
It's a tough sell. I know he's acting like he is, but just ignore him.
It says it on my Twitter bio.
All right, you see that? Now you know what Twitter accounts will report. You're just harassing him at this point.
I'm not. How is that bothering him? I want him to win the league MVP. I think he got robbed 2 years ago when Mike Trout won it over him.
I'm not saying that you're not supporting the guy, but
supporting is an understatement.
It's offensive, and
I am embracing the shit out of him right now.
If I was him, I'd lock my doors, close my blinds, turn off the lights, and then peek out my blinds because you would be hiding in the bushes.
I don't know where he lives. I would like to play a game of Fortnite with him.
Oh my God! What would you do with him, huh?
Yeah, let's get a little Fortnite. What do you mean?
He wouldn't be able to play Fortnite.
What do you mean he wouldn't be able to play?
Oh my God!
Have you seen? Hold on. We talked about this earlier. The list of things that man can do. He can box. He can bowl professionally.
Mm-hmm.
He can do the Rubik's Cube in like 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yep.
He's a professional baseball player, 3-time MLB All-Star. He's only been in the league for, 3 years, and he's made 3 All-Star games.
Okay.
What can't the man do? The man can play Fortnite. He's got to have a victory royale by now.
He's all those things you said that he's accomplished. That the reason he is so accomplished in those things is because they take a lot of time and they take a lot of effort. He just can't pick up a PS4, Xbox One controller, or a mouse and keyboard and be like, "Hey, I'm Mookie Betts."
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
Oh, here we go. He can't build.
Oh yeah.
No.
His username is Big Bat Bets 50.
Oh my God! Just no, Mookie, no.
That's exactly what it is. He's definitely got to be filthy at Fortnite.
No. Listen.
If we were to guess, what athletes do we think are nice at Fortnite besides Gordon Hayward?
We already knew Gordon Hayward.
Well, Gordon Hayward's got to be filthy at any video game known to man.
Yeah, you saw his long hair before. You know the man he is not messing around when it comes to video games. He is here to play.
Who else? Paul George, I saw him on a stream. He was pretty bad.
Oh, he was awful. Not even pretty. He was awful. The man, he just relies on famous people playing with him and carrying him.
Kyle Korver looks like a guy who's good at Fortnite.
He does. He definitely
Think
does.
about it. Kyle Korver's just a shooter. He's not working on his handles or his defense or anything.
So that means he can't build in Fortnite.
He's
but he
he's
will be
definitely
able
a
to
filthy
snipe.
builder.
Oh no, he's just.
Oh, he's a. Oh yes, no sniper. Yeah,
He's a sniper.
JJ Redick, Kyle Korver. They're all Curry. Curry snipes you. Curry, you'll be sitting on tilted, and Curry's gonna snipe you from snobby.
Yep, exactly.
That's
But
how
he
it goes.
Still managed to build. He's versatile, just like in real life. Even though I don't like you, Steph. I don't really like you. What
Who
you
else?
Said to Jaylen Brown.
LeBron's got to be a builder.
I don't know. You know, I feel like Bronny would be better than him.
He's got to be a builder. Close range.
You know
The big men are close range shotgun guys. So Boogie Cousins, Rudy Gobert,
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Howard. Those guys are the shotgun guys.
Okay. And what about people like Draymond Green?
Draymond Green is the explosive guy.
Oh, okay. So he's not really that skilled. He'll just throw the explosives.
Exactly.
Oh.
Draymond Green, Marcus Smart. Those guys are pretty much the NBA defenders. They're the line of defense. So they just you just give them all the
Do what they
explosives. Exactly, because you already know explosives. You can't go wrong with it.
Mhm.
So that's their role.
All right. So we're relating this back to how how good they are at basketball. That's what it is.
That's exact. Fortnite.
Okay. So
Fortnite teaches
so what
everything
Ben
about
Simmons.
life. Ben
What about
Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Mhm.
Ben Simmons is a team player.
He's a team
So Ben
player.
Simmons
He's
has
not
to.
looking
So
for
he's
points.
a filthy builder.
Okay.
So he's the guy that if you get down, he's gonna run right to you and he's gonna build some incredible defense that they just can't get through.
Okay.
That's what Ben Simmons does.
All right. What about Lonzo?
Phew, what does Lonzo do?
Yes. What does Lonzo do well?
He can give you ammo.
Oh, okay. He's the supplier.
So yeah, exactly. Like Lonzo is the guy that if you're down and you're like, crap, I need wood. Lonzo always has wood. Damn, I need some ammo. Lonzo always has ammo.
Okay.
That's what Lonzo is. That's what
Okay.
the passing point guards are.
All right. What
So
about
Rondo,
Jello?
Lonzo, Jello. Jello's not even in the game.
Oh, here we go.
He's not even in the game.
Oh, he's not good enough, huh?
No,
Oh, well, okay.
we're
What
talking about
Lance?
NBA players.
Okay,
Lance is the trash talker. Lance is he's a
trash
troll. Lance is a troll.
But is he a good troll?
He's a decent troll.
He gets the job done.
Lance can go off or have very, very bad days. That's how he is.
Okay, so you're saying he can make or break a team?
He's only gonna have a 10-kill game or a 0-kill game.
Okay. So he's exactly how the Pacers team GM was it GM? Yeah, the GM, or was it the team owner? I believe it was the GM. He said Lance Stevenson. He said sometimes Lance Stevenson was the best player on the court, and sometimes he was the worst player on
That's
the court.
absolutely absolutely true.
Wasn't sure what team he played for.
And then there's
Lance, I love you.
there's the scary guys. There's the JaVale McGee's of the Fortnite crew that don't know.
God,
They
he's
don't know.
nasty.
No. Hear me out. You're in a build fight, and JaVale McGee just does that one edit that just kills you.
Oh my God, the lucky guy.
That's who JaVale McGee is. You're
What about,
like
James Johnson.
James Johnson.
Oh yeah, Miami.
What does he do?
What does he do well?
He's filthy with a drum gun, Tommy gun. That's what he is.
Oh,
No, he's a
man.
guy who's only filthy with his gun.
All right. What is it? Delavadova.
Deli's also a troll.
Oh, he's just a troll.
He's a troll.
All right. Let's switch over.
No, here's the thing. You're playing.
Pacquiao.
No. Huh?
Pacquiao. Let's switch it over.
Oh,
to
Pacquiao is definitely shotgun guy.
Oh.
Pacquiao
Is
is
he
the
attacker
quad.
or
No, he's a quadruple pump.
Oh, here we go. Quick, powerful punches.
Yes, that's what boxers are. That's what they do. They're quadruple
Alright.
pumps. You can be like, oh, I got a
Triple G.
scar for you. He's like, no, I'm just gonna take a pump.
Only shotguns. All right, Triple G.
Triple G's just a heavy shotgun guy.
Just heavies. He doesn't mess around with anything else.
He doesn't mess like you. You could be like, oh, Triple G, like I got you a scar, I got you an up. Is it a heavy? I don't want it.
Ricky Hatton.
Ooh, what does he do? He was very skilled, so I don't want to just say he's a shotgun guy. But then again, so was Pacquiao. You put me in a tough situation with this one. We'll give him the tax.
You give him the tax?
Just because we're running out of shotguns.
Okay. Let's go. My favorite, Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd is half and half, because he's skilled offensively, but that's obviously not his strong suit.
Okay. George Foreman.
He's a filthy builder. George Foreman?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he just puts ads all around Fortnite. That's all he does. All you see is like George Foreman grills exclusively on Fortnite.
There we go. That's the best way to put it, George Foreman.
Grill up your ammo with a George Foreman grill.
Yup, Mr. I'll never take a seat.
You got a campfire? Why not grill up? Why not grill up some fresh meat with a George Foreman grill exclusively on Fortnite?
Did you see that? The man never takes a seat during what do you call it when they stop a bell during the I forgot what you call it. In between rounds, he never takes a seat.
Oh, in the corner?
Yup, he never takes a seat in his corner.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that.
Time. It's crazy. Even when he fought Evander Holyfield, almost got knocked out. I don't know if he lasted the whole fight, but it went the distance. I watched it. Oh my god, the man never took a seat, and he almost got knocked out. I didn't understand it.
Boxing's it's just a crazy sport in general. Like, boxing is a sport that's just, it's made for the poor people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could be nothing, and then after a few fights, wow, look at you. You're one of the best fighters in the U.S.
Because you look at the type of people that come to boxing are people from tough neighborhoods, tough lives, who really, the only thing you have is your pride. Mm-hmm. So that's the perfect sport for you.
Mm-hmm. When I was in New Jersey, I saw New Jersey has some of the best boxers in the U.S. It's crazy. I don't know how the best boxers come from New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm assuming a bunch of them just come from the Bronx and New York area.
Yeah, it's crazy. All of those guys, they were from that area. They were all seem to be gang affiliated. Don't let me make any assumptions.
Mike Tyson's from New York, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he is. So what I saw some of the best boxers. The guys with the Instagram accounts who are in the thousands. They're doing well. They're making a name for themselves. They're going to be in the I forgot it was the amateur golden glove. I forgot what you call it. It's an amateur circuit when you start really making a name for yourself. I forgot it was, but they were all telling talking about these guys. Hey, this guy's gonna be in this and this. He's gonna become famous one day. There was a bunch of them. It was ridiculous. There was so many. You'd be like, wow, all these famous people in the gym. You don't know which one of them is gonna become famous or not, but they have the potential. It's crazy. And they all started from the bottom. All of them. None of them were from the wealthy neighborhood. It's crazy.
Yeah, boxing. It's one of those sports that it's that's your last chance type of sport. For a lot of those guys, that's what it was. Yeah.
Give it your all.
Like Manny Pacquiao dropped out of school when I think he was 14 in the Philippines.
Yeah, and you saw what's his I forgot his name, Ron's Barber.
Oh yeah.
I forgot his name. Heavyweight. He was just about to fight Anthony Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. That's his name. I forgot. He wasn't doing too well either. And he started boxing just a few years ago. Look at him now. Yeah, he's an animal.
What else you want to talk about before we wrap this? Oh, the K-Love contract.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't leave without talking about that. What was it? 120 mil? 4 years?
It was 4 years, and he was a year off before he could sign for 5 years, $221 million.
I don't get this contract.
I don't understand why he signed a year early, knowing how much he left, how much money on the table. It was ridiculous. Almost 100 and something million. What? He left 101 million.
The money doesn't bug me because I think he was going to get paid regardless. I think what bugs me is the Cavs making this move. I don't get it.
I know because I know you're going to say.
You're betting
with the team.
You're betting on him getting back to his Minnesota form because he's going to be the number one option. But how likely is it that he's going to be? It took a hell of a lot for him to be what he was in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. For those of you who forgot, because a lot of people seem to forget what he did there.
Listen here, folks. I believe K-Love can do it. Gio doesn't. I believe K-Love can do it.
I think K-Love can come back, and I think he's going to average over 25. Like, the offensive part's not going to, but I don't think he's going to be as aggressively inside as he was in Minnesota. He's not going to average 13 rebounds. I have no faith in that happening.
He's always been a post scorer, though, for a man with, little, if any,
Yeah, he was in Minnesota, but he did not step foot in the paint on the offensive end with LeBron.
Oh, he was always in the paint. LeBron passed him the ball in the post. He did his little hook shot.
No,
he missed a lot.
It was rare.
He missed a lot.
It was rare.
Oh, you have
vast majority. He was sitting outside the 3-point line.
Because that was the game plan. But when he could get inside, he did.
Yeah. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen.
Oh, just wait on it. Just wait.
I'm telling you, offensively, he will average over 25. He's not going to rack up the boards at all. I have no. He'll average maybe like 8 at most.
You'll see.
I don't see it.
Man is good. Give him his credit.
No, I'm not saying he isn't, but from like a team standpoint, like what's the plan here?
I know what you're saying. You can't see the future with K-Love, kind of like how you disrespected my man IT, but
I never disrespected IT. I embraced him more than anybody.
Yeah, until he left and he just started slinging shots.
Well, he was opening his mouth a little bit. I didn't disrespect him when he. No. I defended him. I put together an argument for him coming back, and how it would work.
I'm not saying you put together an argument.
You're damn right I did.
You're not holding no IT flags now. You're holding Danny Ainge flags.
I still wear my Isaiah Thomas T-shirt.
Yeah, well, if you had a Danny Ainge one, you'd wear that instead.
I don't have a Danny Ainge T-shirt. I don't know if they produce those anymore.
You'd wear it. You seem to be more of a Danny Ainge fan than an IT fan, and that's just no bueno. No.
Well, Danny Ainge does a really tough job. It's a pretty tough sport. It's a pretty tough sport to build a team.
It is, and don't get me wrong, I don't think there's any loyalty in the sport both ways, but, hey, what can I say? I support the little guy.
Ooh, one last thing I want to get on. Where do you think Jamal Crawford's going? That's a free agent that's still on that I forgot about. I think everybody seemed to forget.
I want him to go to Boston because he can help, but if he goes to the Spurs or to Houston or to the Lakers, any team that has a better chance of beating the Golden State Warriors than I am for. Doesn't matter to me.
I think
just give some team a chance to beat.
Yeah, I think the Lakers have too many bench pieces already. I think Boston, because remember the reports about like the Kyle Korver interest that Boston had.
Mm-hmm.
When you're getting Jamal Crawford, you're getting a shooter and a defender.
Mm-hmm.
Boston was the #1 defensive efficient team last year, so Jamal Crawford only makes you stronger on that end. You already know how crazy good he is as a defender.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd take a flyer.
Fair enough. Boston it is.
Aside from that, if any other team I want to see him go to, Houston. Trade Ryan Anderson.
Yeah, that man, he doesn't deserve the money he's getting paid. Dump his salary onto somebody else.
Yeah, but that's like 40% of the NBA.
Yep. Yes, it is.
The NBA is just a sport to be a part of right now.
Oh, and the Timberwolves, give up on Andrew Wiggins. Give up on him.
I'm not giving up on Wiggins as much. I'm just giving up on the team in general. Cat was a...
No, I'm saying the owner said he's not ready to give up on Andrew Wiggins. Oh, please do.
I think you have a bigger case on giving up on Cat.
I don't know. I think
out.
they're both real bad.
Cat tapped out.
Yeah, he did, but Wiggins should not have been fighting with Thing at the time he was. It's ridiculous.
With who? Butler?
Yeah, it's not the time or the place. You have something to do that year. Cat was just, he was just immature. That's it. But Wiggins, he was over here arguing.
No, but we're talking about Cat last year.
Yeah, I know. Last year.
Cat's been in the league for 4 years now?
Okay. What about Wiggins? What was it, just a year longer than him? 2 years longer than him?
No, but, I'm just saying that the whole team in general, I'm not, going to blame anyone specifically.
Yeah, I know, but all I'm saying is I didn't like how it happened.
I didn't like the whole Cat situation either, of him half-assing. You have proven nothing.
I know, it was immature, but you can learn from that. Oh, and before we go, did anyone see Demi Lovato, hospitalized for the heroin overdose? What's that about?
I'm not going to get onto that.
Oh, here, you know what? We'll just leave it at that.
Keem, you have a Twitter account. Go share your thoughts.
God. Oh,
what's your Twitter handle?
I'm not putting it out there.
What's your Twitter handle?
I'd have people stone me. It's no.
No. What's your Twitter handle?
Have you seen Beyonce's followers? If Demi Lovato has half Beyonce, have you seen her followers when they get mad? Imagine what Demi Lovato's followers would do to me.
Oh, okay, guys. If you want to follow Keem on Twitter,
hey, come on.
It's at double agent ZERX. It's gonna be in the description.
Hey, fellas, I don't use it. So thank God.
He doesn't use it, but you can still. You can still come at him.
Don't even follow. I don't know.
Follow me on Twitter at SportsGuyGio. Follow him on Twitter at double agent ZERX.
He's harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. I'm trying to plug you in. Anyway,
plug me into what?
We're working on trying to get some Fortnite content on here.
Yeah.
Figured we do a little expanding. But definitely give those Twitter followers, punch them in. I'll put your Twitter down below since you want to scream as I try to promote you.
Yeah, you're not promoting anything. You're going to see me on CNN in the morning.
At double agent ZERX. See you on CNN for what?
Oh, you know why. These followers are vicious.
They're not going to do anything to you.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
I don't know how many Demi fans there still are out there. I don't even know if she still puts out music.
There's a lot.
But they're all Disney high school girls, teenagers.
Yeah, you know how many Disney high school girls it takes to take down a guy my size? A few thousand, but they'll do it.
All right, so all those Demi Lovato pages, go at double agent ZERX.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Go share your thoughts.
Instigating violence.
Anyway.
Instigating violence.
Again, Fortnite content coming soon. Be aware of that. That's about it. So, thanks for tuning in. Anyway, he's not. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you for episode 6.